Donald Trump made a statement at his rally in Pennsylvania this past Saturday that flew under the radar. I mean, sure, there was a couple people talking about it here and there, but it definitely didn't get the attention that it deserved. So I think we need to talk about this statement from Donald Trump because it does one of two things. One, it either proves that he automatically wants to be an autocratic dictator of the United States for the rest of his days, or two, it proves that his brain is so far down with dementia that he should not even be able to run for public office here in the United States. But after looking at this for a while, I'm convinced it's definitely one of those two. Maybe both, I don't know. But here is what Donald Trump said at that rally on Saturday. You know, they do polls on this stuff, and I'm at like 93%. I said, so why are we having an election? They didn't have an election. Why are we having an election? Why are we having an election? Donald Trump asked a very bored crowd. Now, there are, as I said, two possibilities here. He said they didn't have an election, which of course everybody assumes means that he is talking about the Democratic Party. You know, Kamala Harris did not have to go through the primary process, but the primary process, folks, for both parties, by the way, is just for show. It goes to the convention. Whoever the delegates at the convention pick, based on the party's rules, that person becomes the party's nominee. If the Democratic Party or the Republican Party change the rules, then the delegates could really vote for whoever they want, and then that person would become the nominee regardless of the primaries. Now, the problem with this theory that Donald Trump is referring to the Democrats like they're not having a primary, why did we have a primary, is that he was not speaking in the past tense, as Steve Bannon pointed out on NBCnews.com. He's not talking about why did we have an election? He said, why are we having an election? Because the primaries are over. They've been over for a while. Donald Trump has been the official Republican Party nominee now for a month. He already got his delegate votes. J.D. Vance got his delegate votes. They're the official nominee, but he's speaking about it as if it's something that's still happening, which leads us to point number two. If he is talking in the present tense, which he is, then he clearly has to be talking about the current presidential election. So if he is talking about the current presidential election, why are we having an election? Then that leaves the two options. One, Donald Trump, who says he's at 93%, which he didn't provide any context for that. He didn't say if it was 93% approval rating, 93% of Republicans support him, or if he's polling at 93% nationally. But no matter which one of those it is, that's not true. He does not have 93% of the Republican Party. His support among his own party has fallen. He does not have a 93% approval rating either with the general public or with the Republican Party. And he's damn sure not polling at 93% against Kamala Harris. So he just made that number up. But he says, if I'm at 93% of something, why are we having an election? I should just be president, right? It's easy to draw that conclusion from his statement, which would mean the suspension of the United States elections. We install him as the leader, which in fact would be a dictatorship. So that's option one of what he could possibly mean. He gets to be dictator because he's at an imaginary 93% on something, right? Option two is he is so demented that he genuinely doesn't know, why are we having an election? Also a possibility, right? His nephew, Fred Trump III, in an interview with Dean Obeidallah over the weekends, reminded everybody that his family has a history of dementia. And he sees in Donald Trump some of the same things he saw with his own family, the members who had dementia. So could this be Donald Trump having a dementia moment where he genuinely, he made up a number off the top of his head, didn't even say what the number was. He's like, I'm at 93%. Why are we having an election? Who smells burnt toast? Is it just me? It's possible. It's possible that he may have genuinely forgotten. Why are we having an election? What year is it? Who knows this? What is going on? Why am I up here on a stage? Who are you people? I don't know. I genuinely cannot answer this question because Donald Trump is so crazy, possibly demented, possibly crazy, hungry for authoritarian power, that I genuinely don't know. But I do know that that is an uncomfortable statement for a candidate to make. Why are we having an election? And honestly, as per usual, the media did a really crappy job of talking about this. When you have a Republican candidate who also happens to be a convicted felon and was impeached twice, let's never forget that. When he's asking, why are we even having an election? I don't know. Kind of seems like the thing the media needs to put in a few headlines so that people understand this man either wants to cancel the election and be a dictator, or his mind is just turned into so much goo that he honestly doesn't know why we're having an election right now. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.